That was a very good analysis, Luke. Now on to our next caller. Kevin, what you got for me?
Well, I just got back around my wife, and I just don't know if I can trust her anymore. I mean, it just feels like we're completely different people now.
Oh, man. That's really terrible. That happens to a lot of people. Do you know what might have caused this void in your relationship?
Well, she's got this guy that happens to possibly be your great-grandfather that I think they might have had sex. And she says that she hasn't, but I just don't know if I can trust her.
Okay, so what we're referring to is a dysfunctional, incestual, time travel relationship.
I guess you could say that.
As far as habitual abuse. Okay, that's interesting. You know, this sort of thing happens all the time. I am an accredited psychiatrist, so I know what I'm talking about. Well, first of all, you guys just got back together. What do you mean just got back together?
Well, I was kind of away for a while there. I was stuck in the 18th century, and
Second person today that's been time traveling.
Who was the other one? Never mind. I stuck back in time, and I had to live with this guy, around this guy, and I just don't know. I know what he's like, and I just don't feel like I can trust him, and I don't know if I can trust her around him.
Now, I'm really glad you said you don't know if you can trust her, because most of the time we tend to blame the person that our spouse is cheating with rather than the person, that we're married to. We don't blame our spouse. We blame the person who tempted them in the first place. So I'm really glad that you brought up your trust issues with her in the first place. So do you have any evidence that she might have cheated on you?
Not really. I mean...
So it's just basic control issues?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the best advice I can give you is to talk to your wife, first of all. Don't come at her with a very, abusive or any kind of harassment. Don't come at her with any of that kind of approach.
Yeah, I would never do that to Dana.
You'd be surprised at the men I talk to that are like that. Anyway, I would definitely say you guys need to talk it out. If she says she didn't do it, then you need to trust the fact that she probably didn't do it. And if you're still questioning it after she sincerely told you something, then you might have a problem.
Well, thanks, Vic. I guess I can't ask for anything else.
Yeah, I would definitely seek some couples therapy. Sometimes it's easier to have someone else listening. But other than that, I would definitely just keep on the bright side. And, don't let anything influence your relationship. I mean,
does it make a difference if she's the reason I was stuck in the 18th century?
I'm a licensed child psychologist. I deal with personal adjustment. I deal with relationship issues. However, time travel's kind of out of my area of expertise. There is someone on Back to the Future named Doc Brown that you could probably talk to. That wasn't funny. Next caller. Thank you.
Great job, Vic. We're running out of time on Literary Love Line, but we're going to take one more caller. Margaret, what have you got for us?
Well, I've got some issues with my kids and slaves and all of these people that keep talking about my drug problems.
All right, you kind of threw out a lot there. Let's focus on the slaves, I guess. The slave thing. Let's go back to that, yeah.
Well, I mean, don't act like you're all surprised. I mean, it's the 19th century.
Okay. I think that is a nice segue. Let's talk about the drug thing that you brought up.
Well, I've started these opiates because, my infant twins just died, and it was really traumatic on me. And, I know what I'm doing. I just, I don't know. They just make me feel better about my life.
Well, what you have, I believe, is something we in the psychological profession like to call an addiction, and possibly postpartum depression.
Well, actually, I've had postpartum depression for quite a while. I mean,
I guess that's very, I don't know, enlightened of you to understand that.
yeah, I would definitely say I've had postpartum depression. I've had that for probably 10 years. Easy. So,
That's kind of a long time for postpartum depression. You might have actually just stumbled into regular depression by now.
oh, well, I'm sorry I'm not a doctor and I don't understand everything that's going on in the world.
It's
Anyway,
fine.
but my child, I love him to death. I believe that a spoiled child is a loved child. And I honestly think that, where would children be if they didn't have a mother to protect them and to completely, love them all the time?
Well, what you're saying is really nice, but there's a certain thing we call helicopter parents. It means that you kind of hover over your children and don't let them experience life on their own terms ever. And they don't ever get a fulfilling feeling with, you know, being raised in an environment like that.
What's a helicopter?
Yeah. I think that you really should just kind of seek out some more professional help. I mean, like, I'm a professional, obviously, and Victoria has said numerous times that she's a professional with many, many degrees. But I think that a more personalized approach might be what you need. Somebody that could really kind of delve into what's going on up there, you know?
Yeah. Maybe that would be better. Or I could just, take another hit of opium. That might help me out just a little bit more. Anyway, I have to go dress my son now. So, I'm definitely going to take what you said into consideration. And thank you so much.
Yeah, you do that, and good day to you, ma'am.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
A lot about time travel tonight.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with that. I've seen Back to the Future like 27 times, though. So,
Yeah, I've seen other things, I guess.
yeah.
Whatever.
Tune in next week. We'll be talking about mothers who can't relate to their children.
And other stuff, probably.
Yeah. Is that all we have for this week?
Except this.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ta-da!